Descriptions of Harlem, the dialogue, it just pulls you in.
It's like you can taste the food, hear the music, feel the energy of the streets.
I know, and the dialogue is...
It's just sharp and witty.
Yes, it captures the unique voices of each character so well.
It's clear that Williams has a deep understanding of how people talk, how they interact, how they express themselves.
And the music, you mentioned it.
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter Deep Dives for Busy Minds. This month is Black History Month, and we're doing something special. We're diving into a new book each week for our Black Voices series.
Yeah, it's going to be a great month.
And this week we've got Tia Williams' A Love Song for Ricki Wilde.
Oh, I loved that one.
Me too. It's such a cool blend of romance and history, and there's like a touch of the supernatural in there too.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique mix. So we follow Ricki Wilde. She decides to leave her family's funeral home business in Atlanta.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, she wants to open a flower shop in Harlem. It's a pretty bold move, and it really speaks to this theme we see a lot in Black literature.
What's that?
You know, that desire to break free from expectations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And define your own path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It's like she's saying, I'm more than just my family's legacy. I have my own dreams to chase.
Exactly.
And speaking of chasing dreams, she ends up falling for Ezra Walker.
Ah, Ezra.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But he has this century-old secret.
Yeah, that's where the touch of the supernatural comes in.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So Ezra is a perennial.
A what?
A perennial, someone who doesn't age.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I know, right? And he's tied to Harlem by a curse.
A curse? What? So like he's stuck there?
Pretty much. But it's not just some random fantastical element. It actually connects to this deeper theme of ancestral legacies and the enduring impact of the past.
Whoa, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That's deep. It makes you think about how history isn't just something you read in textbooks.
Right.
It's like living and breathing all around us.
Exactly. It lives in our communities, our families, even our love stories.
That's so true. And Harlem itself becomes like a character in the book.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's full of this vibrant history and culture.
We get to see glimpses of its past as this hub for Black creativity.
I like what?
You know, places like the Savoy Hotel Teresa. There's even a mention of Harry Hansberry's Clam House.
Oh, wow. I love those little details.
Right.
They bring the setting to life. It's like you're walking alongside Ricki and Ezra, feeling the pulse of Harlem's past and present.
Absolutely. But it's not all sunshine and roses, right?
Oh, what do you mean?
Their love story unfolds against this backdrop of gentrification,
Right.
which is changing the face of Harlem. You know, it
Right.
raises all these questions about displacement, the evolving nature of Black spaces, and what it means to belong.
That's a really good point. It's like even amidst this vibrant love story, there are real-world issues at play.
Exactly.
It's like Williams is prompting us to think about how love and resilience can exist even in the face of all these societal challenges.
Definitely. And speaking of resilience, let's talk about the supernatural element, a little more voodoo.
Ooh, yeah, voodoo. That's a big part of the story, right?
It is. There's this character, Felice Fabienne. She's from Harlem's past, and she plays a crucial role in Ezra's curse and his connection to Ricki.
Okay, so we've got voodoo,
Yeah.
a century-old curse, a love story that spans generations. This is a lot to unpack. What does this all tell us about the Black experience, especially as it's expressed in this book?
That's a great question.
Just trying to wrap my head around it all.
I think it's about layers, like peeling back an onion. On the surface, we have this fantastical romance.
Right.
But as you delve deeper, you see these themes of identity, legacy, community, and that constant negotiation between holding on to the past and shaping your own future.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
It's like Williams is saying, here's this captivating story, but pay attention. There's a richness here, a reflection of Black life that goes beyond the surface. So what's the most powerful message you think comes through in this blending of romance history and the supernatural?
That's a tough one. But for me, it's the idea that Black love endures.
I like that.
Ricki and Ezra's connection is tested by time, circumstances, even supernatural forces. But it's a testament to the strength and beauty of Black love in the face of adversity.
And it's not just their romantic love either.
Wow.
There's love for community, for history, for heritage. It's woven throughout the entire story.
You're right. It's like a love song itself.
Oh, I like that.
A song of resilience, hope, and the enduring spirit of a people.
Beautifully said. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about Ezra's character. He's lived through a century of Black history and culture. What insights does that give him? How does that shape his perspective on Ricki and their relationship?
You know, his immortality, it isn't really a blessing. It's more like a burden.
Oh, wow. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, he's seen it all. He saw the Harlem Renaissance firsthand.
Wow.
Witnessed so many triumphs and tragedies.
That must be heavy.
It is. He carries the weight of all those memories. You know, he even describes himself as a ghost.
A ghost? What do you mean?
Like he's watching life go by without truly participating.
It's got to be so isolating. To see the world change around you, to lose loved ones over and over again, and yet still be tethered to this specific place, this specific time.
Exactly. And that's what makes his connection with Ricki even more powerful.
So
She's like this burst of life and energy. She pulls him back into the present.
I love that.
And she doesn't just accept his past.
Yeah.
She wants to understand it, learn from it.
Oh, that's beautiful. The romance is definitely more than just boy meets girl.
Right. It's about two people from completely different worlds finding solace and connection in each other's stories.
It's like their differences are what bring them together.
In a way, yeah. And it also challenges us to consider the weight of history, you know, not as some abstract concept, but as something that shapes individual lives.
Totally. Speaking of individual lives, I have to bring up Tuesday Rowe.
Ooh, Tuesday. She's the best.
Ricki's best friend.
Yeah.
She's a former child star. And let's be honest, she steals every scene she's in.
Oh, totally. Her humor is such a great counterpoint to all the heavier themes in the book.
For sure. But even Tuesday's journey speaks to a broader experience, especially for Black women in the entertainment industry.
Oh, absolutely. She's grappling with her identity, trying to reclaim her narrative after years of being defined by others.
Makes you wonder how many stories like Tuesday's are out there.
Yeah.
You know, stories of Black talent navigating a world that doesn't always see their full potential.
That's where the power of books like this comes in, you
Yeah.
know? They give voice to those experiences.
It's so important.
Offer a different perspective on success, ambition, and the challenges of carving your own path.
Right. Then we have Mrs. Della Ricki's landlady.
Yeah.
She's like this wise guide.
Oh, yeah, Miss Stella. She's amazing. She's steeped in Harlem's history, and her wisdom offers Ricki a connection to the neighborhood's spirit.
It's like she represents the importance of elders, of those who carry the stories and traditions of a community. It's like Williams is saying, don't forget where you came from, even as you create something new.
Exactly. And the writing itself is just
Oh my gosh, I know.
so vivid and full of life.
The descriptions of Harlem, the dialogue, it just pulls you in.
It's like you can taste the food, hear the music, feel the energy of the streets.
I know, and the dialogue
It's
is...
just sharp and witty.
Yes, it captures the unique voices of each character so well.
It's clear that Williams has a deep understanding of how people talk, how they interact, how they express themselves.
And the music, you mentioned it earlier, it's woven into the narrative so beautifully.
It's not just background noise. It's a reflection of different eras, a way for Ezra to connect to his past and share it with Ricki.
I love that. You'll notice how music becomes like a language in this book.
Yes, it's how Ezra connects to different eras,
Right.
but it's also a powerful metaphor for the evolution of Black identity itself.
Oh.
Think about it.
Okay.
And it's not just about the past either. There are references to contemporary Black artists like Solange Janelle Monáe, even a scene where Ricki and Ezra dance to Beyoncé.
Love it.
Yeah.
It shows that Black musical creativity is ongoing, evolving, constantly finding new ways to express itself.
Yes. And it encourages us to seek out those voices, to keep the music alive and thriving.
Absolutely. But let's circle back to the heart of the story. The love between Ricki and Ezra. How does Williams handle their relationship, given the complexities of their backgrounds, their experiences, and even the supernatural element?
It's definitely unconventional. You have this woman who's like super vibrant and modern, and then you have Ezra who's carrying the weight of a century on his shoulders. It's a lot.
I can't even imagine. How does that tension play out in their dynamic?
It creates this really interesting push and pull that, you know, Ricki challenges Ezra to embrace life again, to see the beauty in the present, even with all that pain from his past.
Yeah.
And Ezra, he offers Ricki this deeper understanding of history, all the struggles and triumphs that have shaped her community.
It's like they complete each other.
Yeah, kind of like they're each other's missing pieces, helping each other grow and evolve in ways they never thought possible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's not always easy, right? I mean, they have conflicts and misunderstandings.
Oh, for sure. There are definitely moments where it seems like their differences are just too much to overcome.
Right, because love isn't always easy, especially when you're dealing with such a massive gap in experience.
Exactly. But what really stands out is their willingness to learn from each other, to bridge those gaps and to create something new and beautiful out of their differences.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It speaks to the power of communication, being open to different perspectives and finding common ground, even when your backgrounds are totally different.
Yeah, you said it. And it reminds me of something you mentioned earlier about class and social mobility. How do you think that plays into their relationship?
That's a good question. It's definitely there lurking beneath the surface. Ricki comes from a privileged background.
Right.
While Ezra's roots are in poverty and struggle, and even though they're both Black, those class differences create tension, misunderstanding, even moments of judgment.
It's true, and it's a reminder that even within communities, there are these layers of privilege and disadvantage.
Yeah.
And those differences can really affect relationships.
It's complex, but I like how Williams doesn't shy away from those complexities.
Me too.
She shows how class can be a barrier, but it doesn't have to be a deal breaker.
Right. Ricki and Ezra, they find ways to navigate those differences, to challenge each other's assumptions, and to ultimately find common ground in their shared humanity.
And it's not just about Ricki and Ezra either. We see these class dynamics play out in other relationships too, like with Ricki's sisters.
Oh yeah, they're obsessed with material wealth and status.
It's like the opposite of the values Ricki embraces.
It is. It's almost like a subtle critique of consumerism,
Interesting.
The way society often equates material possessions with worth and happiness.
It makes you think. So we've got love magic history, social commentary, even a little bit of humor sprinkled in. What's the one thing you really want listeners to take away from this deep dive?
For me, it's the power of Black storytelling. A love song for Ricki Wilde. It's not just a romance. It's a reflection of Black life, love, and resilience in all its messy glory.
Yes.
It's a reminder that Black voices matter, their stories deserve to be heard, and their creativity is boundless.
Beautifully said. And it leaves us with a question to ponder. What other Black authors are out there waiting to be discovered? What stories are we missing out on if we don't actively seek out diverse voices?
It's a call to action for all of us, readers, listeners, storytellers, to expand our horizons, embrace different perspectives, and support Black authors, not just during Black History Month, but all year round.
Because their stories enrich our lives, challenge our assumptions, and offer us a glimpse into this vast and vibrant tapestry of human experience. So if you're looking for a book that's both entertaining and thought-provoking, a love story that goes beyond time and place, a celebration of Black culture and creativity, then A Love Song for Ricki Wilde is a must-read.
And if this deep dive has piqued your interest, we encourage you to explore the world of Black literature. There's so many incredible stories out there just waiting to be discovered.
Stories that will challenge you, inspire you, and move you in ways you never imagined. Until next time, keep those minds busy, keep exploring new ideas, and keep the conversation going.